What's up guys, Lifting here. In this video I'm going to share with you the result of us doing 50 Grotto map runs on the stream the other day. There was a couple of temples in between and I did the incursions of course during the Grotto maps. For future videos when we do this, I'm not going to run the temple as it kind of screws over some of the results to a certain extent. Quite a lot actually. But we did this because the loyalty card supposedly had a high drop chance in Grotto, and because fusings are still in somewhat high demand and has a decent price, then it might be worth it to see if it would be worth it to farm for the loyalty card, which gives you, for 5 cards when you turn it in, it gives you 3 fusings. Before I show you the divination card, let me just show you real quick what otherwise also dropped from this. There was a total of 55 unique items dropping all this year, and this entire bracket over here, you see this is pretty useless. I'm going to sell this for alks or for alchemy shards. This over here, there was a Ventures, there was a Pyre, which sells because of the Law Weave recipe, right? Staconia's Head, Gold Rim, and then a 6-circuited Daresos Defiance. Normally the Daresos would be over here, but because it's 6-circuited, this may potentially save someone a lot of Euro orbs, so he'll be interested in paying a little extra for this one here over him having to generate the sockets himself. And I should say I'm playing in hardcore, so the item prices are of course a little different than if you're used to playing in softcore. That's why something like Gold Rim is also still something has a decent amount of value. Total value of these, like from a quick glance, when you check them, is around 25 chaos orbs, approximately. Then besides that, there was some decent jewels in here. This one here specifically with knife roll, then the minion damage to cold, but the most important, plus the life roll of course, is the increased minion damage if you've used the minion skill recently. That's actually one of those affixes that sells for a decent amount, and I've just set 50 here, but that's because if I compare it to what's currently available, it could probably sell for less. But we'll see. I may reduce it a little, but if we take a look at the maps that dropped in here, I got a total of 88 maps in return, and if we were to just take like the sum of them all and do a PoE Ninja check to figure out what they're worth in total, it would be 44 chaos. But obviously, it takes a lot of micromanaging to sell these and a pain in the ass. So I'm not really gonna bother doing that. I might sell the volcano maps. The volcano map sells for around a chaos each. Now for the interesting part, to answer that question, would it be worth farming this zone for the loyalty cards? Then the answer is not really. Not really in my opinion. Got 57. That equates to something like 33 orbs of fusing, which at best, if you take the total value of that, would be 15 chaos orb at best. And yeah, that's not super impressive. However, I did talk to someone before we did this experiment who was certain that they had nerfed the drop rate of the cards that day, because he claimed, and he had done it quite a lot, he claimed that he would get an average of 4 cards per run, and that is definitely not what we're experiencing here. We were getting a little more than 1 card per run. But yeah, definitely not anything interesting, right? One thing that's worth mentioning though for the Grotto map is that there is the chance of the taming card dropping in there, or the card that grants the taming. And there's also a card called Hope, which can give you a corrupted unique prismatic ring, and that can also turn into taming, and taming is worth quite a lot, so if you get lucky, that will maybe make it a little more worthwhile. And besides that, we got 21 her masks, and this one you can drop in here too. Rain Tempter. For 9 divination cards, if you turn 9 in, you can get a strength map. And for 50 runs, we didn't get a full set. We got 2 full sets of the Gambler, 10 total in total. And then the Watcher Eye can drop in there too, specific to that map. There was a time where Crown of Ice was worth a lot, not anymore. Besides that, there was just, a lot of random divination cards dropping in. Now, none of any real value there is. Few of them. I think it was, the Risk you can sell for 5 or something. So yeah, it's definitely doesn't feel like it was worth it to farm it for loyalty cards. And just in case you guys are interested, when I took all the rare items that wasn't worth anything, when we sold the 6 sockets and so forth, then the total amount of raw currency that this provided, when everything is then added up to around 175 approximately in raw currency. So for the amount of time it takes to farm 50 Grotto maps, which of course hugely depends on your build, then I don't think it's worth it. Grotto is just too annoying to run. There's too much backtracking, and it's too low level to run. Even if you start at the very beginning, as you get to maps, you will be over leveling it pretty soon thereafter, and it's inefficient. Maybe there is something to be gained by running it as shaped. So yeah, the bottom line is it's not worth it. If you have had other experiences, if you've done this, I would love to hear that. Or if you've been farming another map and you've had good success with that and you would recommend me to try it too, then let me know, and I might also make a video about that. I used to do these videos in the past. It was in a more strict format, but I kind of like doing it this way. I don't think it's too important what the exact value of what I got in there, because there's so much RNG that factors in. But I do think there's value in knowing if it seems realistic to farm a certain place for a certain reward. In this case, loyalty, which case, no, it's not. It sucked. Thank you for watching. Bros, do you even nerd?